This is one of my most requested videos ever. The best set pieces in Football Manager 2026 is finally here, and we have gone true mega on this one. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe and whack the bell on. We have got training schedules coming out next week as well, so definitely hit that bell so you don't miss those. Today is all about how you get the most out of set pieces in this year's game. Let's get into it. Right then, we are going to go over everything today. We're going to go over defending, attacking, corners, free kicks in 3 variations, throw-ins in 3 variations, and this is the current set pieces I use to test all of my tactics with and all of my rebuilds with. Now, I will say, we are going to make several videos this year as I find better ways to extract more from the engine attacking and defensively, so don't worry, these will be updated. Now, I want to quickly say before we go into this massive breakdown, if you do want to download all of these, they are all going to be available on my Patreon, where you can save them as an entire batch of routines, then click load all, then click apply, and it'll all be done in a second. You also get all of these cool perks, all of my tactics, all of my rebuilds, all of my save files, tactical help, ad-free viewing, access to big monthly giveaways. We now do these things called ultimate save files, where basically you'll be given a united ultimate save file. You'll have 3 realistic Amarim tactics, a realistic shortlist, set pieces, and there will be training available, so make sure you go and check it out, where this month there's 25% off. Over 1,000 people have signed up in the past 9 days, so make sure you're one of them because it is mental over there. Let's get into it and talk about corners, which actually is quite confidently the best way to get goals in this game, in my opinion, from set pieces. Now, of course, we are going to have a preview of left and also right. It doesn't really change too much though what we're going to do with the instructions, so we are going to cover it starting now. So let's get into corners, starting with the defending. Now, again, you can pause this video at any part you want, simply to take screenshots or copy on the side. You got 2 monitors, I'd actually recommend it. And we are going to go through and watch loads of goals after we've done the actual breakdown, but I know what it's like on YouTube. You want all of the good stuff right away, and that's what I'm doing. So corners, defending, enough waffle, let's get into it. Corners, defending. We are going to go in the box, zonally marked 6-yard box near post as the B0, B1, zonally marked 6-yard box near centre, B2, zonally marked 6-yard box far post, B3, B4, and B6 are going to be player marked, and B5 is going to be marked near post. The trackers, we're going to have one, that is going to be the green icon here, and he'll be told to player mark, and out the box, we are going to have 1 man on the edge of the area and 1 man up front. Now, what you can do is actually have this guy positioned to one side, but for me, I found the most success actually having them quite channeled in the middle, having them quite centrally. 1 player on the edge is more than enough because he can just pick up the ball, turn, and send it. And this is a really good way of actually defending with a lot of players in the box, a lot of zonal marking going on, a lot of tight marking, and still having enough to sort of build up. Now, of course, if you are playing towards the end of a game, for example, you may wish to add another player on, and that is why down the line we are going to have multiple routines where you're in different game scenarios, so don't worry, we are going to cover that one day, but these are what I use at the moment. Attacking wise, of course, we've got a bit to talk about right now, so the actual in-swinger and outswinger, of course, are going to be the actual same instructions. There's just 2 things you can look at. We are aiming for the near post. Obviously, there's a lot of things you can do here, but near post is broken again this year. You have to make sure you're using it. So in the box, we are going to go attack near post with the B0, B1 lurk at far post, B2 attack far post. So actually having these players far post is almost a distraction because we're going near post. And if you've got like a Saliba, I am testing with Arsenal, you're going to be you're going to be in glory land. It is genuinely so fun because nobody can compete. It's like a free header. It's basically a spot kick. It is a penalty kick. Box threats, we're going to have 1, the green icon marking the goalkeeper, again making it quite tough for him to actually do his job. Out the box, we are going to have 1 player lurking outside, near side, 1 player coming short, always handy to switch things up a little bit now and then. We've got this man D2 lurking outside in the centre, and D3 on the far side. And if you're wondering why I've got a player coming short, a lot of people don't, it's because sometimes he does get fed. He can then go there and either get a quick ball in, or you can play across this beautiful line right here. You can really have a nice bit of play from him to him to him to him. Usually the D2 has a shot, but you can obviously, you know, based on how your tactic is with short passing, you know, avoiding long shots and stuff, you can just hold the ball really well as well. And it is by far the best way of actually doing your corners when it comes to attacking. And that is also the best way to defend your corners. So corners are quite straightforward. I almost feel like there's room for a lot more detail in the game for corners if you look at how much of a big thing they are in real life. And they shape up quite nicely on the right hand side as well, just to showcase that. A really, really positive way of playing. But let's go over now and look at the free kicks from the shooting range. So defending, it is going to look like this. We are going to have in the defending category, B0 player marking, B1, B2 are going to be set to go back alongside a B4 and B5, and B3 is going to be told to player mark. So a nice mixture there, a couple of tight markers, a couple of players simply going back, and staying forward, we've got 3 players forming the wall, and personally, all you need is 1 player forward, because if it hits that wall, they can ping the ball right over, and even if it goes to any of these, that player up there is more than enough. On this game, I conceded simply way too many opportunities and goals from this area without stacking out the box. So for me, I have really stacked out that box, and it's worked really, really well. Attacking wise, we are going to look at it like this. So when it comes to in the box, we are going to have 1 player attacking the far post, 1 player attacking the near post, and then the B2, the B3, and the B4 simply go forward, send it, and essentially create chaos. Out of the box, I've got 1 player staying back. I have tested it on stay back if needed, and I got caught out too many times. So I now have 1 player that will stay back, and I would recommend this being like a bit of a, it doesn't have to be a tall player necessarily, someone with a little bit of speed who can really keep up with a counter attack. And then out the box, D0 stand with taker, D1 lurk outside the area, and D2 lurk outside the area far side. So we are covering every single bit of ground you could potentially imagine. Going over to the wide area, defensive-wise, we are going to have everybody actually go in that go back vibe with a high defensive line, just to showcase that as well, because I did forget. Defensively, with this, you can send another player back to go back, but I would personally keep one or two players player marking, because without it, it's a little bit of just a jumble sale of players that don't really do much at all. Going over to the actual wide area where we were, the high defensive line, all on go back, stay forward. We're going to have 1 man on the edge of the area, 1 man form on the wall. You don't need any more than that. Not from this angle, not from that angle. You don't need it. And then 1 player again in that center, ready to run into the channel. Now, I have used all 3 of these defensive lines while making tactics, and deep is absolutely awful. Balanced is okay, but high is definitely the best way. You rarely can see goals, and it's a really good way of defending set pieces, and you're ready to go on the attack when you win the ball back. Going on over, of course, to the deep area, defensively, we are going to go right in with the high line once again. Defending, we are going to have B0 on player mark and B3 on player mark. B1, B2, and also B4 are all going to be set to go back. The 2 trackers are going to be both on go back. These are the green symbols you can see on your screens now. And the players that are going to stay forward, we are going to have 1 player forming a wall. We're going to have 1 player that is going to stay forward on the near side. And then, of course, the last player is sort of in the wall if needed. So they're not going to be there all the time, but they are also ready to sort of go on the attack. So depending on the situation, they'll be there when they're needed. So that is a really good sort of hybrid, is the word I'm looking for, way of setting that up. Now, attacking, we are going to aim for the mixed area. Again, because from this deep, anything can happen, you know. You don't really want to aim for a certain part. You want to just sort of, you know, see what happens, essentially. A little roll of the dice. Now, in the box, we are going to go with the B0, the B1, and the B3, all going forwards. The B2 and the B4 are attacking different ends of the post. B2, near post, B4, far post. Every area is covered. Near post, far post, 3 players driving forward. Out the box again, don't know why it's off the pitch, but we've got 1 person staying all the way back, and then we have 1 player obviously very near the set piece taker. I really like that security. We've got 1 player lurking outside near him and 1 on the far side. Once again, we've got every single angle potentially covered, and we're absolutely laughing all the way to the bank. Throw-in, so simply very easy. When it comes to attacking, do you work the line or do you retain possession? You retain possession. It's always the best way. Defending, we are going to have a few players to talk about. Staying forward, we've got the C0 on stay forward on the near side, the C1 on stay forward on the far side, and C2 simply edge of the area. When it comes to defending, we have got one player who is going to be marking the near post just in case they try and do anything a little bit crazy, and then every other player, so B1, B2, B3, B4, are all going to be player marking. Then we have two trackers that will be going back. Those are going to be the nice green icons there. Going on over to the middle third, again, retain possession. The best way, I mean, it's not even a debate for me. Super, it's just the way you want to play it. And when we go to the attacking third, again, obviously you're not defending it, so we are going work ball into the box or the long throw. I personally favour work ball into the box. There is an exception for this. Low league English football. You want to go direct, you can go direct. That is completely up to you. But that is how I set up my set pieces. Let's go and see now some highlights. But again, you can copy this in the video. So no, you're not forced to go over and download it. You can copy it. We have not missed a single thing. But if you want to save yourself a bunch of time, show some love back to the channel as well, you can go and check out the Patreon because there is loads of stuff over there. There's about 11 pieces of exclusive content per week, which makes, you know, I don't know what it works out at, what per piece of content costs, about 2 pence or something. So make sure you go and check it out. There's loads of stuff there. Let's go and see what the goals look like, how many we can show you, and did Saliba break records? I don't know. Right then, so our first corner going in right now, and I mean, if that's anything to go by, we're in for a treat. This is too overpowered. I mean, what is going on? The near post again? And it's this man Saka again, this time against Sporting. We are so dangerous. But a little set piece here that's not actually going to be a direct corner. It is going to be a free kick from the edge. And proven, we've got that on lock as well. We've got everything covered. But we can also score from our usual way. I mean, that's going to be 2 against my team. I hate to see it, but I love to see it. And we do it again to go 4-0 up. We are going to have a little bit of a weird one here, though. It's a deflected set piece, but I've got to get it in there. That's the importance of having players around where you have your set pieces. But that is going to be a few highlights. I would have happily shown more, but I've got the bug where I have to restart the game every time I go into one match to get highlights, which is very annoying, and hopefully will get fixed. So when it does get fixed, I'll upload more highlights onto the Patreon, onto Twitter, and stuff like that, because genuinely, I had so much fun. I've not played a full season yet, but after 29 games in the Premier League, we have got a combined 21 goals between Gabriel and Saliba in the Premier League alone. In the Cups, it's even more of an absolute destruction. So be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe, whack the bell on for the best tactics in the game, and training schedules coming next week, by the way. They were meant to come this week, but a certain Enzo Maresca and Arteta was getting requested relentlessly on the Patreon, and I don't let you guys down. So hopefully you dominate your saves with these set pieces. Are you a fan of a set piece goal? Let me know in the comments. See you in the next one.